Hello and welcome back. This is a field tested update on this RC helicopter. Uh, and of course I got my handy dandy flashlight here, which if you know what this is, you know I'm working on getting 1,000,000 of these here. So anyways, there you go. I hope you can see a lot better with the light on it. So anyways, I've taken it out. I've flown it. My daughter's flown it. My daughter's friends have flown it. You know, it's taken a good use. And so far, some of the wings here, or the propellers here, there it is. You could kind of see a little bit of damage to it, which that's all right. You get a replacement blade, so it's not a big deal. And so you could see the damage. There you go. Okay, I don't need the light that much, but you can see the damage right around here, which it still flies, which is all right. But the reason I'm doing this update is when I was flying it, I noticed that the propellers wouldn't spin. It wouldn't spin unless I lifted this up. And I was wondering why, and I noticed like I'm going to try to do this in a way that you all can see it, so you can see it anyway. There we go. Hopefully that will work out for you guys. But there's a gap right in here, and let me see if I could zoom in a little bit. There's a little gap in between here, and you see this screw right here. You have to pull it up, so you have to pull this up and then tighten it. So this piece and this bottom piece right here, they're butt up against each other, and the reason being is if you look here, you'll see. Let me see here if I could just put this down. That works. Yeah, you can still see it. You see that gear, and then you see there's another plastic gear right behind it. Yep. Right behind it, right here. That has to meet up because there's two gears there, two plastic gears. There's that brass gear, and then there's two plastic gears. Well, what was happening is if this goes down, this brass gear and the two plastic gears, they don't line up, and you hear this zzz, and they're just not going to turn, and it causes quite a bit of problem that I've noticed. One problem might be as you're flying it, the gear will, this gear right here, if it comes loose, this gear will, at first it'll spin and it'll line up against the bottom plastic gear, and then as you're flying it, you gotta remember, this is creating lift, so this part is lifting up, and that's what's kind of, this gear will all of a sudden go up, and when that happens is the gear will come right here and it'll stop. So you'll be flying it and flying it and flying it, and then all of a sudden the propellers will just stop, and then this thing will just start flying, it's crashing down. And it's happened to me a couple times, and my daughter, and I'm just like wondering, what'd you do? Did you just stop? And she said no, she didn't. And so I kind of figured out what was happening with it, because I was wondering why it wouldn't turn, and why is this loose? And what was happening was this part here needs to be tightened with these, and you need a small screwdriver, and if you know where to get these, you know where I got them. And here's the set right there. So there's the whole set, and this came right there. And so this works with little screwdrivers, really handy. Get in deep places. You've probably seen me use this set for this particular helicopter RC remote, because you know the remote part, the antenna receiver broke off. You know, if this wasn't so fun, I would just return it and just forget about it. But it's so fun to have these, to have one of these. It's you know, it's ridiculous, just ridiculous. Anyways, I wanted to give you guys that update, because I think it's important, just in case this happens to you, so you don't feel like you have to, you know, if you're like me, you want to fix it. You want to, you know, you don't feel like that it's just, it breaks by itself. It doesn't. You know, there's something wrong with it. So I'm going to take the time here to kind of tighten all the little screws that are on here with this tiny little miniature screwdriver. Just tighten it up a little. Don't strip the threads, but just tighten it up, you know, and that way it's on there. And this thing has taken a beating. It doesn't look like it. It still looks pretty darn good. It still works. And you know, if you fly it, I fly it in the house. So just to give you an idea, this is a picture of my hand. So this isn't like as big as my hand, you know, like the whole thing is, the whole from the end of the propeller to the back to the front of the blade is not as big as my hand. It's actually bigger. Let me see if you want to get an idea of how big. So there you go. There's my arm, and from the top of this blade here to the end of it, it kind of goes up, you know, goes to your forearm. It's a pretty big. It's pretty long. You know, it's not small. It's not the tiny little things that you see probably on commercials for kids. So but it's not huge, but at the same time it's not small. I fly it in the room. It's quite challenging because you know, my wife's doing some things here, but you know, she's basically made some obstacles for me. What can I say? And so I'm flying it around, and it's pretty fun. Matter of fact, I flew this thing. There's my dog sleeping on. Okay. I flew this thing over to this edge from the second floor, and once it went over the edge, it just fell down. So you got to be kind of careful with that, you know. I think you know, the way it hovers, I guess it hovers from the wind pressure from where you are, which is this floor, and once it went over that edge, it just had nothing. It had nothing, and just flew down under it. But that was fun. I enjoyed it. And so there's your update on this, field tested. You know, hopefully I'll get you more on this and other field tested products here, so you don't, so you all, you know, get a better idea what happens after. I know when it comes out of the box, it always seems to, most of the time, 99%, 0.998% seems to work. But you know, what happens when you actually use it? So this one, it's taken its licking. Just needs a, you know, just a little adjustment on the screws, but it's still going. And you know, maybe I'll do another flight demonstration. I've gotten a little bit better at controlling this, and we'll just keep updating you on this. Thanks for watching. See y'all later. Bye.